Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima. Over the course of 2026, I'm playing the game Persona 3 Reload. Only I'm trying something a little different. I'm going to match the pace of the game. That's right, I'm playing this game one real day at a time. Please enjoy this different take on the game in a series I'm calling Persona a Day. Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Tom Shima, and I appreciate seeing all of you ready to go today. For anybody who's new or wants a refresher, we are playing the game Persona 3 Reload in a series I'm calling Persona a Day, where we play one in-game day as it corresponds to the real-life calendar. Today is April 19th, so we're going to continue the series and see what April 19th in-game brings us. So get comfortable, grab your favorite snack, grab something to drink, and let's get into today. I always like to start with a recap of what happened yesterday, just to make sure we're all on the same page. I remember thinking yesterday felt like it was going to be a quick day, but it kind of turned into a little bit more than that. Started out, as you would, a normal school day. On the way to school, we met Junpei out in front of the school. He seemed excited. He had something he wanted to tell us, but then he kind of instantly changed his mind on that, like he remembered he wasn't supposed to say anything, so a bit of a teaser there, but before I could kind of press for questions on that, Yukari came and told me that the chairman wanted to meet with me on the 4th floor after school. And I remember kind of thinking it had that, oh, you're in trouble kind of vibe. Junpei kind of alluded to the same, what did you do sort of thing. So I had that to look forward to after school. During school, we were able to answer a question correctly, gained a little bit of popularity, which was nice. And right from school then, we went back to the dorm because we had that meeting. I was able to, check the news and the TV as I like to do in the dorm lobby there, just stay up to date on those events. But we were kind of limited in our options. We couldn't go out, so we headed upstairs to that meeting. And what a meeting it was. We got there, and Chairman Ikutsuki was there, along with Yukari and Mitsuru and Akihiko, who we hadn't actually officially met yet, so it was our first real introduction to him outside of cutscenes and side scenes like that. But we were given all sorts of information about the shadows. We know, more or less, not what they are per se, but we know of them now and that they are called shadows. And we know that this group is more or less posing as an after-school extracurricular activity. They're called Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad, or SEES for short. And people with the power of Persona are able to combat the shadows, and that's the purpose of SEES. And since I recently awakened to the power of Orpheus and my Persona, I was invited to join their organization and kind of help out with their goal of fighting back the shadows, which of course I did accept. And in so doing, I formed a connection with that group, which gave me our first social link, the Power of the Fool Arcana. And as Igor had mentioned, forming bonds with others will strengthen our own power, so we're taking positive steps in that regard. And after that meeting, it was a lot of information and a long-term commitment there. We decided to wrap it up and go to bed. As we did, the mysterious boy appeared. He was the same one that showed up at the very start of the game and had us sign the contract when we first arrived at the dorm. And he seemed, fairly casual. He just somehow showed up in our room as we were sleeping, and this was during the dark hour. And he just said that the end of everything is coming, like it was nothing. It's like, it's cloudy today, and the end of everything is coming. What are you going to do about that? But he also said that the power we awakened to was special and would help in addressing this impending future. And he himself seemed kind of lost for further details, so we have some information, but not a whole lot to go off of. But yeah, for a day that seemed like it was just going to be school and a meeting, I feel like we learned a lot of different things. That was where things left off there, so we're moving into Sunday the 19th to see where the day takes us from here. Let's get into the game. So as I do, I've left off at the end of yesterday's playthrough, so we can kind of wrap up what happened at the end of yesterday as we transition into today. So this was the mysterious boy finishing up his talk with us. And yes, he just disappeared at the end of that. So we're all up to speed. We're moving on to the 19th.
Hey, you in there?
Questioning that's kind of if somebody knocked on my door and asked me that, I would kind of have the same, reaction? Oh. Okay, I guess it's evening already. Okay, so yeah, she might have reason to wonder what's up if she hasn't seen us all day. Looks like I slept till nighttime.
If you are, could you come downstairs? Sonata Senpai's calling for us.
All right.
Okay, he's here. So what's this about?
Thanks for coming. There's someone I want to introduce. Hey, hurry up.
Just a sec. God, it's freaking heavy.
I think we know that voice.
What? Junpei? Why are you here?
She seems quite shocked.
Don't tell me.
This is Junpei Iori from Class 2F. He'll be staying here from now on.
All right. We know Junpei from 2F.
What's up?
Doesn't seem quite his usual energetic self here, does he?
He's staying here? Are you sure there wasn't some mistake?
I bumped into him the other night. He has the potential, but he just awakened to it recently.
Quite the revelation.
I told him about us, and he agreed to help out.
Oh. The more the merrier, right?
Really? You have the potential?
She seems to doubt Junpei at every step, doesn't she?
He found me crying like a baby at the convenience store, surrounded by a bunch of coffins.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, be real here. If you were at the convenience store and suddenly everyone was a coffin and you had no idea what was going on, it's hard to think that that's not a reaction a lot of us might have. I mean, maybe not crying in the corner, but maybe that's a brave front if you were faced with something like that in reality.
I don't remember much, but man, that's embarrassing.
His ability to just say that and own that. I wish I was that confident. Maybe one of these days.
But he said that's, completely normal in the beginning.
Fair, yes.
Like being confused and not remembering anything. You guys know that?
I mean, I can't say it didn't happen to me because, that first night of coffins, we definitely took it in stride, but it was confusing. I mean, it was hard to put two and two together on that one and say, oh, yes, this is normal. I know what's going on. I mean, full disclosure, I had played the game, so I have some idea, but we're doing this the right way, and there aren't going to be any spoilers, so our character did not really know what's going on. As far as not remembering anything goes, again, we didn't know details, but let's not question him in front of the group. He's getting enough of that from Yukari. Let's just say,
Oh, right. Of course. Makes sense, since you're a Persona user and all.
Seems like he got brought up to speed a little quicker than we did if he already knows about personas.
Man, I still can't believe it. I had no idea you guys had this stuff going on, too.
That's fair. I just found out myself.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Wouldn't really want to be doing this on my own.
That's an interesting thought, isn't it? Think of being the only one or the first one and having this power but not having anyone to relate to with it or to talk to or to know about it. I mean, whoever came first in all this was that trailblazer that I can only imagine what they went through. It's nice to have the guiding leadership from some people who have come before on this.
You gotta be stoked too, right? Having me join?
Absolutely.
What?
Not the reaction I think he was hoping for from Yukari.
I guess.
It's not a no.
Well, enough with the introductions. Now that our forces have increased, I think we're about ready.
Ooh, we gotta go do something?
He's like that energetic pet that's just ready to play, ready to go. I don't know what we're doing, but it sounds fun. Let's go.
Sweetness! I'm getting pumped!
But I think we need that energy. I mean, I am very much not that person, and a lot of times I will admit that kind of energy can be somewhat overwhelming, but I'm also the kind to dig in my heels and maybe overanalyze, so sometimes having that person that's going to charge in headlong drags me along in something that I should be doing in the first place. So, a good addition to the group.
With this many people, we could start checking out that tower.
That tower? No tower was mentioned in our meeting last night.
Oh, you mean Tartarus.
But of course Yukari just knows right what's going on.
Tartar sauce.
I don't think I'll... How often will we hear Tartarus and not think tartar sauce now, thanks to Junpei?
It's a place that holds the key to understanding the Dark Hour. Or so we think.
Sounds important then.
The key.
The chairman will give us more details tomorrow night, so be ready.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we've got another meeting scheduled. Oh, wow. Well. So, that happened. Like I said a couple times already, there have been some quicker days here. That's the pro and con of playing this on a daily structure like this. Again, there are going to be shorter days. I don't think this game was necessarily, I know it wasn't intended really to be played in the way we're playing it on a daily playthrough. All this stuff is probably most people's, first session with the game. They've seen, these original cutscenes. They've gotten past this in the first hour of play, but we've managed to turn it into almost a couple weeks here. But again, I think the idea is for that to make it feel a bit more special. Let it be in the brain for a while. This next event, this meeting we have with the chairman, for the normal player that happens with a couple more button presses. But for us, we're going to get to wait till tomorrow, and we get to think about, okay, we've got a new roommate, a new dorm mate, a new member of the team. We know of this tower where we've got some impending meeting coming up, but we can think about that and wonder, just like our character would. It's like, okay, what are we going to talk about? What can I learn about this tower? What do we have the ability to go do with said tower now that we have more people? We've got these questions that on a normal playthrough would be answered fairly instantaneously, but for us, we get to go through like our character would and think about it and experience it and have it be a whole new day in and of itself. So, for the Persona side of things, let's do our normal wrap-up at this point. There's not a whole lot to wrap up since we slept our day away, our first Sunday that we had some free time. I can't fault the guy for wanting to catch up on some sleep, despite the fact that he was kind of in a hospital bed for, 8 days? He's still been going through a lot of interesting new stuff, so I'll cut him some slack there, but yeah, starting our day in the evening really did kind of limit what we saw for the day. But we had a surprise, new addition to the dorm with Akihiko bringing Junpei over and saying that he has the same power that we do, access to Persona. And we've now heard of some tower that controls or has connection to the mystery of the Dark Hour. So it's still, mysterious bits and pieces here, but we're slowly building a picture of the world we're in. And the chairman's going to explain more details to us tomorrow, so we've got that to look forward to. But yeah, I guess as far as the Persona portion of today's playthrough goes, we're going to be wrapping that up a little early. Sorry for anybody who was expecting more. I too would love to keep going. This is kind of like putting down a chapter book after a nice cliffhanger. It's like, oh, I want to find out what happens next, but that's not how we're doing this. I'm gonna stick to my guns on that one. We're gonna just take it one day at a time, as this is Persona a day. So for the Persona audience here, I have been Tom Shima, as always. I thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see where we go tomorrow. I hope you can join us. But again, yeah, for this portion of the stream, we're wrapping it up. So thank you so much, and take care. With that, we've reached the end of the day. Please look forward to next time to see where the game goes from here. This journey is being streamed live on my Twitch channel if you'd like to be there in person for the experience. Links and schedule details can be found in the description. I'll keep uploading each day's session to this channel so you can keep watching here. Once again, I'm Tom Shima. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again as I continue the series, Persona a Day. What will tomorrow bring?